Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in today's video I'm going to be going through some coins that I had graded. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to title this. 12k worth of coins, how did they grade, or something akin to that. Before I do get into the video and the grades, I just want to give a shout out to Matt at Fleur de Coin. This is the gentleman that grades my coins. I've actually got him linked in the bio if anyone wants to use him. I do not get paid from Matt to say that, although it's kind of a you scratch my back, I scratch your back kind of relationship we have, because he takes stamps off me. So if anyone wants any stamps, you can also buy them from me, although it's not a sales channel. It is readily available though. Let's get into the coins. Now, I'm going to start not with these, but with a silver coin I had graded. This is a proof 2 ounce Libertad. I actually bought this from the gentleman in Glasgow, and this was bought a long time ago. All these coins were bought a long time, they were sent off a long time ago. I think this is a pretty good coin, right? Well, he didn't agree with me, and it's a real shame. It's still worth a decent amount of money, don't get me wrong. Gave it a 67. I was scratching my head a bit about that. I was not expecting that. They must have seen something on the coin that I didn't. And it's a real shame, because these coins... Actually, I don't even think it takes away. Because it's a Mexican coin, because it's a Libertad, they've got a real cult following, so there's going to be value in this. In terms of what it's worth, 150 maybe? Even in that, maybe 125. I'm not entirely sure, but I was a tad disappointed with it. That's a mark on the capsule. That's a milk spot. Can't get away from those, unfortunately. I don't know. I think that's harshly done by... I really was expecting better from this, but equally, it's okay. You can't win them all. And speaking of not winning them all, this is going to be a real kind of mixed batch, because there's coins in here that I thought would genuinely do better. So this is a 2022 Platinum Jubilee. One sovereign. This comes from a gentleman in London. He sold me some nice bits, actually. It also had the rolled gold sovereign holder that I ended up sending back, and it had an 1887 I ended up sending back. This came in at 69. It's a shame, but it is what it is. You can't win them all. I'm not a professional grader. I just pick up coins that I think will do well, that have some potential value uplift. It's a shame. Alright, not do that one, not do that one. Let's do this one. There was also a half that came in from the same gentleman. Same result. Absolutely gutted on both of those. I'll probably make a token loss on these coins. It's okay. So when I'm buying things and I'm pricing it up, I try and do it so overall it's a fair amount, and there will be losses on some coins. That's just how the world works. I think there's a fine line between paying too much and leaving some meat on the bone in case the grading goes well. And I think on this occasion it's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world if I lose 25, 50 quid overall, but it is what it is. There's 5 coins, so let's put them in order, because one of them was a 4 coin set. let's do this one first. Now this coin here, I bought from a gentleman who's not too far away from me. Usually he drops them off at my mother's. I paid him spot for this, and this would have been, I remember talking to him about this when I had to go to Crewkern, because I kind of made a faux pas and had to drag my mate into a day of driving. Cheers, mate. I don't think he's ever forgiven me for that. But this was offered to me, and here's the wild thing about it. That would have been last year. We would have been speaking about this last year, so it's taken a very, very long time to come back to me. It hasn't graded on the 70. It's got a 69, but spot's gone up so much. I think spot's gone up £400 on the price I paid. So does it matter? Not really, no. It's a shame, don't get me wrong. I thought this had a shot, but equally they're notoriously hard to get 70s in the quints, so it's okay. They've actually got a DPL though. Nice example. It's a shame about the grade, but I'm not too upset about that due to the spot price going up. I've lucked out in a way I probably shouldn't have, but I got away with it. Now for the 4-coin set. Now this set come from a gentleman. Ironically, this set was offered to the guy who sold me this coin here, and he didn't take it. And the gentleman ended up speaking to me about the set. And again, I think I paid him over spot at the time. He wanted a certain amount, and I went, yeah, I think that's fair. And I said to him, I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. I expect the half to get a 70. I expect the single and a double to be a coin toss, and I expect the quintuple to get a 68 or a 69. So I took a punt on it. Again, this set was bought a very, very long time ago. Let's see what the grading came out as. 70 on the half. Full sovereign, 69. Double sovereign, 69. However, the quint got a 70. I could not believe it. Almost spat my coffee out when I found out, because I wasn't expecting it. And this is where I've really done well, because this coin here is probably worth, I reckon it's worth 4.5 to 5. I know one went at auction recently. I thought it went cheap myself. I think it was about 4.2, 4.3. Couldn't believe it. I'm in this set for 4,550. That's how long ago I bought it, because spot's been on an absolute charge since, and I paid over spot for this set. So the fact that this coin alone is worth what I paid, it means these are a free carry. These will be pure profit if I can get 4,550 out of this. But even if I can't, let's say these are 4,550 for these two. I've essentially got 3 sovereigns at, if I sell it for sovereign prices, what's that, £1,800 profit? But I'm not gonna sit here and say, I was expecting that, because the reality is I've only done so well because of this, and they don't usually grade. So I've done very, very well on this set. If the gentleman who sold it to me is watching, I'm sorry. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Had it been the other way, there would have been profit in it, but not that much. So swings and roundabouts. But yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with this. I think this is an absolute amazing result to get a 70 on the quint. I'm a bit disappointed that that both of these got a 69. It's always a tough one on these sets, because you kind of expect a 70. It's usually the half, and then you hope the double or the single gets a 70 as well, but it's never usually both. It's usually one or the other for whatever reason. It's very rare that I'll have a set that will come in PF 70 across the board. Now, the last time I had a 4-coin set that had a PF 70 across the board, Now this was many moons ago. It went for like 3.5. This probably 6-7 years ago. I've never had it since. So it's literally a one-time deal that I've had something that got PF70 across the board, and it did go cheap to a dealer, but there were different times. It's easy saying, I should have got more out of it, but the reality was back then it sold for what it sold for. So yeah, that's my haul for today. I think it's been a bit of a, I'd say overall, if you take this out and you take out the spot price rise, I'd say it's been a pretty poor grading batch this time. There's certainly, I've certainly got lucky in terms of the quint, on both quints actually. The quints will make the money, but it's more down to spot and a bit of luck rather than down to skill. It is what it is. The fact that the 2022's got 69s, I was a bit gutted about that, because when I bought them in, they come in with boxes and COAs and they hadn't been touched. So it is what it is. Like, there's not really much you can do about it. So yeah, these coins are all for sale. I'm not keeping any back for me. If I wanted to keep one, it'd be this, but the truth is I just can't afford to keep it. Can't afford to. I've got too much going on at the moment. I've got 3 rather largish orders lined up. I bumped one to the end of the month. The other one I'm waiting for the gentleman to get back to me. That's probably going to be 50k between those 2 orders, I reckon. Maybe slightly less. And then I've got a big auction coming up where I'm going to go with an absolute war chest and just take lumps out of it because I need to move the postage. So you've got me for another 3 big orders. If we consider they don't fall through, they shouldn't do. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I feel a bit scatterbrained today. I don't know why that is, but I hope you've enjoyed the coins, and I'll see you on the next one.